Welcome to the shortest ed puzzle ever. 7.8, factoring polynomials completely. Take notes. That's the most important thing. So when you're factoring any polynomial, the first thing you need to do is to factor out GCF. So if there's ever a GCF, boom, step one. And then what you're going to do is look for the shortcuts. So the shortcuts are like difference of squares, or if you have perfect square trinomials. So that's the 7.6, was it? And then third, you can use like a factor area model or some other method that you have learned, but I've covered area model to factor trinomials. And then the last thing is called factoring by grouping, and that's the only new thing that we're going to add here. But add this to your notes. These are the steps anytime you're factoring polynomials. Okay, now that you've taken great notes, let's go over how to factor by grouping. So if you have a four-term polynomial, the first thing you want to do is try and group them by common, and then we'll go through A together, and then you're going to try B. So you can group the first two together and the second two together like that. And then here you can factor out an x squared for this term. Here you can factor out a 2 from that term. And notice you're left with an x plus 3 in each of these parentheses, which means each of these have a common x plus 3. So that'll be one of your factors. This is x plus 3. And then what you're multiplying by, this x squared plus 2, will be your other factor. So that right there is factoring by grouping. There we go. And then after you do that, if either of these factors can still be factored more, then you would keep factoring each of those factors. All right, so what I want you to do is first copy this down into your notes, because this is how you factor by grouping. And then you're going to try to factor B by grouping. Good luck. All right, let's see how you did. So you can rearrange it, put the x's together and then the y's together. So you got x squared plus x and then xy plus y. Pull out an x and pull out a y. And you'll hopefully see that you have an x plus 1 as a common factor for each of those. So one factor is the x plus 1. The other factor is this x plus this y that you're multiplying by the x plus 1. And that's it. Done. Factored. Okay, so that's the factoring by grouping. Again, that is the new way of factoring if you have 4 terms or more. Otherwise, again, step 1, GCF. Step 2, look for shortcuts like difference of squares. Step 3, area model. And then this grouping method is step 4. Okay, the other thing is add to your notes any examples from big ideas that you think might be good test questions, because we have a test coming up. All right, good luck, and I will see you in class. Arr!